So Madden in the ruck against Mossop. Still waiting for the timekeepers.
Kevin Dorr will be getting cramp in his arms soon. They can't find the siren.
We might go without it. Evans in the centre square with Larkin. Robinson for North Melbourne. Much of an old siren, but we're about to start. So Mossop and Madden. Mossop won the knock. Madden didn't get near the ball. Not a particularly good bounce. Hannah seemed to get into the back there of Love. No free kick paid. Aitken's going to get a free kick from centre half back. Very wide ground here at the Oval. Long and wide. And Aitken goes wide as I speak, and he goes out to Williams on the wing.
Williams with plenty of time, goes onto the left boot, looks for Kernahan. McCann got into the back of him. Smith picks up well for North Melbourne. A long kick down towards wing position. Underneath it was McDonald, dropped to sitter. Comes out to Johnston. Johnston to Nailey. Good play by Robertson for North Melbourne. Kicked the ball out towards the wing position. Good play by Larkin off the ground. Goes past Aitken. Clarkson goes in, can't pick it up. Off the ground by Demetrio. Up towards Spargo. Spargo goes around Rhys Jones. Rhys Jones does it well and knocks the ball over the line and out of bounds.
So there's one
free kick though to Spargo.
One change. Rhys Jones has picked up Spargo. Spargo turned 21 a couple of days ago, and he's going to celebrate tonight.
Shine getting into a bit of a fracas there with Clarkson. Bit of a push and shove.
So Spargo deep in the pocket. He's more than 50 metres out, as you can see. They have to play down the centre today because the pockets are so deep. North Melbourne kicking into a slight breeze. Madden drops back and takes a powerful mark. So the big man, 206 centimetres from the full-back. Dennis gives him a lead. Smith with Dennis. And a good mark there by Peter Dean. Dean playing across half-back. No free kick being paid to North Melbourne. And it'll be Peter German. So a scrambly old start, Eddie. Not a lot happening at the moment. And 15 metres against Dean.
Yes, well, North Melbourne haven't played for a couple of weeks now. Might take them a little while to settle in. Of course, Carlton have probably got some premiership hangovers to get over as well before they get into full stride. But German from 50 metres goes long with the drop punt. It's well offline, though. Through for one behind, the first score of the game. North Melbourne obviously lead by a point.
Carlton kicking to the pavilion end. North Melbourne to the Vauxhall end. As I said earlier, the ground that Hutton made 364 on. World record until Sobers came along at Port of Spain with his 365. Off the ground by Aitken. Law. Good tackle on Law. Handball round his body there by Hepburn. And it's going to be a ball in. Centre wing. North Melbourne fans out in force. Fairly evenly divided. You'd expect Carlton to dominate with Foster's signs all around. I'm sure John Elliott's got a lot of friends here in London, but so would Bob Anson. Larkin, a quick tackle on him. Dwyer. Nailey looking for a free kick, and he's going to get one from half forward. Nailey and Larkin. Joining in is Herman. Rhys Jones. Saw a lot of this, of course, in Vancouver the other night. There are no reports there. The boys starting to sort themselves out. There's no doubt that this competition has been very, very keen. Both teams desperate to go to Vancouver. We saw the Swans against Melbourne. A number of fights broke out in the second quarter there. So Nailey has been given a 15-metre penalty. Still a long way out. Chips it short. Goes to Herman. Herman from half forward looks for Kernahan, and the Carlton captain takes a strong mark against McCann.
Earlier today, we're talking to some of the officials, and they're saying that earlier in the week, Bruce, the two teams were mixing quite well socially, but over the last 3 or 4 days, things have started to cool off a bit. They've stuck with their own players, preparing for the game, and they're certainly going flat out to win this.
Kernahan from 35 metres out. Carlton trailing by a point at the moment. Drop punt, and he's put it straight through. Goal to Kernahan, and the Blues in front, a goal to a point.
Back.
Official crowd, 13,500, we've been told, Eddie, so that's very encouraging. It's a good crowd here.
Holt goes long with the left boot. McDonald up high. Hannah off the ground. Demetrio with the handball over the top. Coming through is Dean. Madden gets around Mossop, handballs out to Williams. Williams onto Herman's, good play. Herman a bit slow to get the kick, kicks up towards Kernahan. Put one hand up, couldn't take the mark. McCann quite content to knock the ball over the line and out of bounds. As Kernahan gets right into it, and they're into it now. Law goes in to lend assistance, as does Johnson for the Carlton side. And there's some good punches being thrown out there, the Carlton captain. And of course, Steve McCann, the longest-serving North Melbourne player, so a lot of experience there, and both players getting right into it.
McCann, of course, interchange player in that 1977 double grand final. So Kernahan giving McCann a shove. McCann goes back, and it's the start of it all. So it'll be a throw-in, it's all settled down. Law goes in to help out. Mossop with a tap. Kick around his body from German. Didn't go very far, and Madden's got it. Carlton on top at the moment. They lead a goal to a point. 13,500 at the Oval in London. Kernahan, Mossop at the back with McCann. Herman missed it. Tapped on by Dwyer. Johnston missed it. Law goes through. And a mark taken by Shine in the centre square.
6.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Shine goes long towards centre-half forward. Mossop from behind, can't take the mark. Coming through, steal for North Melbourne. Kicks wide out to the open spaces. They're very wide, these flanks on the half-forward line. Smith leads the race with the ball. Ross Smith picks up, goes short with the left foot and finds Spargo on the chest. Good play by Smith. Spargo slows things down, looks for a lead up forward. Decides to go long. McDonald from behind. Love at the back. Almost takes the mark. Play on, comes out to Clarkson. Clarkson with the left boot. It's high, it's close. It's a goal! A great left foot goal to Alistair Clarkson. And North Melbourne come back. They lead by 1 point.
In front, been playing just over 7 minutes. Mossop wins the tap. Still in the centre square. And it's going to be a free kick to Carlton to Peter Dean. So Dean in the play in the first 10 minutes. 15-metre penalty against Rowan Robinson. Dean goes short to Aiken. Aiken with another short one. Looks for Williams and finds him at centre-half forward. Handball to Johnston. Smothered by Smith. Dennis with a chance. Sits for him over the top to Ogier. Ogier tucked away in the pocket. Handball back to Johnson. The dominator with a right foot snap, and he's hit the post. Scores a level. 1-1 apiece. Johnston just missing after Carlton had set it up.
Ian Fairley, formerly a top full forward with the Williamstown club before he came to North Melbourne, playing at full back today. Kicks long. Ball travels about 60 metres. Up high was Mossop. Madden punches from behind. Comes down to Law. Law's kick is a scrubber along the ground. Love and Hannah do battle, both holding each other. Good play, though, by Love. Gets it to Demetrio. Demetrio now has a bounce. Looks forward. There's no leads coming. Larkin read the play well and made position. Now he kicks high, but there's no one home for North Melbourne at all, and Aiken takes an easy mark.
Aiken for full back. Forced onto his left foot. Goes towards Dean. Very good smother by German over the back. And Gleeson's tackle was a good one by Demetrio, and Gleeson's been caught holding the ball. 15-metre penalty against Carlton. So Andrew Demetrio within kicking distance. Doesn't kick a lot of goals, Demetrio. He's kicked 47 in 103 games. But he's within 40 metres. Scores level, 1-1 each. Drop punt. It's a good kick. And he's put it through. So North Melbourne are 2-1 and Carlton 1-1. North Melbourne 6 points in front. Madden tries to crash his way through the centre. German succeeds and goes high to centre-half forward. Hannah. Well done by Love, though. He read it well. Drop punt kick towards goal by Love. Has just missed. It's a behind. North Melbourne lead by 7 points. 2-2 to 1-1. I thought of anything Carlton kicking with a breeze, Eddie, so not a bad start for North Melbourne.
Shine from full-back. Looking for leads. The huddle's on in the centre-half forward position. Decides to go long towards Williams. Larkin at the back. Tapped on by Mossop. Larkin and Madden. Larkin just too quick for him. Picked up by Dwyer. Dwyer's kick around the body is a good one. Comes back to German. German goes short out to Clarkson, and Clarkson marks right on the 50-metre line. Gets a hip and shoulder from Buckley as he goes past. Too far out to score. Goes short. Finds the man on the mark. Gleeson kicks out towards Dennis. McCann comes through, strong play, picks up. Handballs out towards Clarkson, who's been a good player but fumbles. Gleeson off the ground. Play on, says the umpires. McCann kicks long with the left foot. A lot of high flyers there, and it's McKenzie who takes the mark for the Blues.
So McKenzie short to Rhys Jones. Rhys, as always, takes his time. Just got away with it that time, as Aitken's handball was ineffective. And a free kick against Rhys Jones. Donald and Rhys want to go on with it. And the ball's going to come back to Rowan Robinson on the centre wing. The team's taking a while to settle down, really. It's been a low standard first 15 minutes. 25-minute quarters, no time on. Good kick by Robinson. Covered about 55 metres to the goal square. Hepburn in the front spot. Johnston comes away from defence. Goes to Herman on the centre wing, who started reasonably well. Play on call to Buckley. Buckley from centre towards Dennis. But German chips in, and German's had a very good first turn.
German runs across half-back, has Larkin out wide, decides to cut through the centre as his fourth bounce. Goes short, but the kick's a shocker and finds Johnston. Had all the time in the world then, German. Should have done better with that one, as Johnson kicks long towards centre-half forward, and he's found fairly on the chest. So disposal hasn't been very good so far, Bruce.
A comedy of errors at the moment. So Fairley, just backward of centre in the square, drop punt, goes towards Mossop. Coming in late, Madden, Dean. His handball was good to Johnston. Johnston with a quick kick finds Evans, a little fortuitous there. Evans with pace, attacks the goal front, not a good kick. Ogier, Hickey in the front spot. Nayley interferes with Hickey, and Hickey will take the free kick.
Hickey straight away plays on, finds Steele. Steele backs himself in and goes towards centre-half back and finds Larkin on the chest. Larkin, the handball over the top, good play by Buckley, but Larkin recovers well. Kicks out wide. Aitken from behind it. Rhys Jones at the back takes a beautiful mark. Bit of niggly going on here, and McDonald and Rhys Jones shape up, and it's on now. Rhys has really thrown them. Clarkson tackling it behind, and Spargo in there on Gleeson. Hannah. And they're really getting into this now. A beautiful mark by Rhys Jones, and McDonald, who'd had a few fights early on with the big fella, came in and let him know. Now Madden's into it, and Holt, and Johnston.
It's amazing, Eddie. You really think that some of the players are just cool it, trying to promote the game to the world. I know it's a lot of fun when it first starts, but I think someone is going to get reported. Ian Robertson did pull out the book. He hasn't indicated who he was going to report. He may have put it back because he may have forgotten who it was.
He's going up to speak to both McDonald and Rhys Jones now, so I think both of their names could be in the book.
Certainly spoken to McDonald. He now speaks to Rhys Jones. I think he might be just giving them a warning at the moment.
The goal umpire's out as well. He's reported Rhys Jones, so a number of reports, and the boundary umpire. So David Rhys Jones, who of course is well known at VFL tribunals. Looks like his name has gone into the book again, and there's a shocker behind play. Clarkson has come in and King hit, and it's on. Johnson's in there now, and this is going to develop into a wild melee here. Aitken has not moved.
Yes, Aitken was savagely hit from behind there. It was a cowardly act, unfortunately. And let's hope this settles down. I'm sure that nobody's all that impressed in the crowd. People have come here to have a look at Australian football, not to see people thugging at one another on a Sunday afternoon in London. It really is not much fun.
Well, Aitken, of course, earlier this year suffered a broken jaw against Hawthorn, and he hasn't moved since that blow. You could hear the smack up here, and we're a good 40 metres away.
So I think the umpires have got to try and take some control here. Almost got out of hand in Vancouver. Fortunately, no one was badly injured, but I've got a feeling that Ian Aitken won't be playing for the rest of this match, and that's ridiculous, really. We're over here on a end-of-season trip to promote Australian football to the rest of the world, and we see somebody King hit from behind, who's a very, very fine footballer, and he's going to be carried off on a stretcher.
16 minutes into the first quarter, already a number of incidents. Not a great lot of top football being played, as Aitken is carried off the ground, hasn't moved. There's blood coming out of his lip. He's lost a couple of teeth there by the looks of things. So that's a tragic start to this game here in London. As you said, not the type of thing we like to see, as Gerard Butts comes on to replace him.
And I wonder how Butts must feel. He's playing in his first game for Carlton. He must be having mixed feelings as he runs out on the ground. Aiken, it looked a shocking sight. What a fine player he's been this year too. Rookie of the year. You can see McDonald's got blood streaming out of his head at the moment. I just hope that Kernahan can settle Carlton down a bit, and that Law, who's the acting captain, see McDonald. I mean, Mike Tyson would be proud of something like that, but that's boxing, not footy. I hope John Law can settle down North Melbourne as well, because with no time on being played, but we're up to about 17 minutes, but it's wasted about 4 minutes already in this term.
Well, McDonald gets the thump this time, and he thumps the ball. Dwyer picks up. The kick is an awkward bounce. McKenzie knocks it along in front of him. Dean comes out to Shepherd, does it well. Out to Williams. Williams has a lead from Rode and kicks it out in front and finds him. Rode doesn't attack the ball.
Butts, Eddie.
Waits for it. Butts, rather. Butts has just come on. Larkin picks up. Butts is flattened. And the mark taken there by Hepburn.
I notice Holt's got blood streaming from his face too as Hepburn goes towards full forward. McKenzie did it well. Handball to Hannah. Hannah to Shine. Let's hope that the teams can get something going here. Butts at centre half-back, playing his first game. Formerly from North Melbourne. Played in the grand final in the reserves. Premiership team. Kick a poor one to Larkin. Dennis comes in pretty late. Crude tackle. Not a lot in that one, fortunately. Handball to Smith. Smith towards centre half forward. McDonald at the back, crashing through Dwyer. Dwyer's handball very, very good. Left foot round his body there by Hepburn, and it's going to be out of bounds. So standard of footy pretty poor at the moment. It's 2-2 to 1-1. North Melbourne lead by 7 points, and we've been playing over 18 minutes.
Throw in about 15 metres around from the North Melbourne goal. McDonald. Ball comes down. McDonald grabs it well, but he's put it over the line and out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick going to David Rhys-Jones, one of the main people on the card in that big fight early on. Rhys.
I was going to say to you, I'm not sure if he was reported, well, he was reported by a goal umpire and boundary umpire. I'm just not sure how many others were reported. But we'll find out after the game. Kick off the ground by Herman, it'll be a ball in. Centre wing, and North lead by 7 points. 2-2 to 1-1.
Not very inspiring football at the moment. Evans goes in, Buckley taps it on. Herman, Law rather, goes through. Grabbed too high, and he'll take the free kick. John Law, the acting North Melbourne captain. That's Edwards, who's on the ground, the first game player for the Carlton side, playing in the ruck. So the game being played at snail's pace at the moment as Law limps back. Kicks towards centre half forward. McDonald high from behind, can't take the mark. Dean off the pack, gets the hand pass working to Gleeson. Gleeson over the top now to Dennis. Dennis with all the time in the world, sets himself up and kicks wide towards Ogier. Hickey from behind punches. Nailey trips over at the vital moment, taps it out looking for Kernahan. Kernahan swings onto the left boot. The bounce could go through, it's been touched. Madden, can he get there in time? Hickey, beautiful play, knocks the ball through for a behind. Great play by Hickey.
A frustrating season with injuries. Played in the reserves grand final. Kernahan should take it, and he does.
Bad play there by McCann. Gave Kernahan 5 metres, that's all he needs. And when he gets those vice-like hands around the ball, very rarely slips out.
Good kick by Buckley. Just gave Kernahan a run at it. McCann, as Eddie said, giving Kernahan some metres, and Kernahan took a strong mark. He's already kicked 1 goal and really should score from here. He's only 30 metres out, straight in front. Chance to even it up. Drop punt, missed it. So the captain will be pretty disappointed with himself. It's 1-3 Carlton, 2-2 North, 5 points of difference, and Kernahan's kick 1-1.
Wait for the ball to come back, and Ian Fairley will drive North Melbourne out of defence. Leads out wide, Mossop decides to take it on. Kicks out towards Hickey. Up high was Dwyer with the one hand and takes a splendid mark. Dwyer kicks out. Hannah at the front for Carlton. Good mark, Hannah. Got in front of Love, used his body well. Took a strong mark. Handballs to Nailey. Nailey looks for Kernahan. This time McCann's back, has to back into the pack, and Ogier comes through and takes a strong mark. So Darren Ogier, local boy from Oak Park. will line up from about 45 metres out from goal. Will kick from about 50. A little bit of wind behind him. Drop punt on its way. Distance is good. Accuracy is as well. Carlton hit the front. 15 to 14. Still waiting for the ball to be returned to the centre. Somebody has souvenired it, so a new ball will come on.
John McCarthy's come on for North Melbourne. Eddie, he's from Tasmania, playing in his first senior game for the club, and he's on Milan Hanna at the moment on a half-forward flank. Both forward lines wide open at the moment. Such a big ground, but only Mackenzie and Hepburn anywhere near the North Melbourne goal. The forward pockets and half-forwards playing right up.
About a minute and a half left in this quarter as Mossop goes up. Edwards got the tap. Holt tried to knock it on. Larkin twisting and turning. Kicks long. No one home as Clarkson comes in. Good play and gets flattened by Shine. So there's a book going to be pulled out here too by the looks of it. Umpire Gavin Dorr. Looks like he's going to add Brad Shine's name to his list, and he has done so. So another report. Clarkson flattened after he took a courageous mark. Maybe a bit of evening up there, Bruce.
No 15-metre penalty, which is a surprise at the moment. It was a very crude tackle by Shine. Not really warranted because Clarkson hadn't taken the mark, and now he'll bring him back 15 metres. And Clarkson's got some chance of kicking a goal here. Be a handy one for North Melbourne, almost on siren time.
Kicked a lovely goal early with the left foot on the turn from about 45 metres out. We'll see how he goes from dead in front. Kicking into a slight breeze. Alistair Clarkson, of course, who kicked the vital winning goal against Melbourne at the MCG early in the year, comes in. Drop punt on its way. No doubt about that one at all. 4 points to Clarkson. And North Melbourne now move ahead to a 5-point lead. Just about on siren time to end this first quarter.
3-2 to 2-3. North in front. So Shine's indiscretion costing Carlton there. Clarkson was out of his range, and the 15-metre penalty. He's able to kick truly. His second goal for the match, and North 5 points in front.
Umpire Ian Robertson comes in to bounce. 20